It was just another cold morning at Maple Street Café, a small, tucked-away place where the smell of coffee mixed with rain-soaked sidewalks. Behind the counter stood Anna, a 26-year-old waitress whose smile could warm even the dullest morning. She had been working double shifts for weeks, saving every spare dollar for her younger brother's college fees. Life hadn't been kind to her, but she had learned to be kind anyway. That morning, as the cafe buzzed softly with chatter, a man walked in, or rather, stumbled in. His clothes were torn, his beard untrimmed, and his eyes carried the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. The customers turned to look, some frowning, others whispering. Anna's heart tightened. She'd seen him before, sitting outside by the alley, reading an old, tattered book under the streetlight. He walked slowly to the counter. "I'm sorry," he murmured. "Can I have just a cup of coffee? I don't have enough, but I'll pay you back. I promise." Anna looked into his eyes, honest, tired, and kind. She smiled softly. "Coffee's on the house. And here," she added, packing a warm sandwich. "You'll need this too." He blinked in surprise. "I can't take that from you." "Please," she said, placing it gently in front of him. "It's just breakfast. Everyone deserves that." He hesitated, then smiled faintly, a fragile smile that looked like it hadn't appeared in years. "Thank you, miss," he whispered. You're very kind." When he left, one of the other waitresses scoffed. "You'll never see that money again, Anna." She shrugged, glancing at the door. "It's not about the money." The day went on. Rain poured, customers complained, and by evening she was exhausted. But she felt oddly light, as if one small act had added a spark of warmth to the day. She went home, fed her brother, and fell asleep thinking about that man. She didn't even know his name. The next morning, when Anna came in for her shift, she noticed something strange. A sleek black car was parked outside the cafe, the kind she'd only ever seen in magazines. Inside, everything was quiet. The manager stood near the door, stiff and nervous, and sitting at her usual table was him, clean-shaven, wearing an elegant navy blue suit. Anna froze. He looked up and smiled the same gentle smile. "Good morning, Miss Anna," he said warmly. "Mind if we talk for a moment?" Her eyes widened. You're... "Yes," he interrupted softly. "The man you bought breakfast for yesterday." She blinked, unable to speak. "But how?" He chuckled quietly. "I suppose I owe you an explanation." The cafe had gone silent. Everyone watched as he stood, extending his hand. "My name is Edward Hale. I'm the owner of this cafe chain, Maple Street Coffee." The words hit her like thunder. She stared, stunned, her lips parting but no words coming out. He continued. "Yesterday I was walking through the city disguised as a homeless man. I do it every few months to see how people really treat others when no one's watching. Most people walked past me. Some sneered. But you saw a person, not a problem." Her heart raced. "You were testing people?" "In a way, yes," he said, his eyes softening. "But I wasn't testing you. You were just real. No cameras, no audience, just kindness." He reached into his coat and pulled out an envelope. Inside was a check and a letter. "This," he said, handing it to her, "is a scholarship for your brother's education. And this letter, it's your offer. I'd like you to be our new community operations manager. You'll help design outreach programs for shelters and food drives, something we'll now call the Anna Initiative." Tears welled in her eyes. I don't understand. I just gave you coffee," he smiled. "And that's exactly what the world needs more of." The other employees stood frozen. Even the manager, who often scolded Anna for working too slowly, looked ashamed. She covered her mouth, trying to speak through the tears. "Thank you. I don't know what to say." "Say you'll keep being you," he replied gently. "That's enough." A week later, photos of Anna's story went viral, not because of the money or the promotion, but because of a simple truth. One act of kindness had changed 2 lives. Edward often visited that same cafe again, But not as a CEO this time. He'd sit quietly at the corner table, sharing coffee and laughter with the waitress who had reminded him what humanity looks like. And every morning, before she started her shift, Anna would whisper the same prayer under her breath. Let me meet the world with kindness, just like someone once met me. Because in the end, it wasn't about who owned the cafe or who had the money. It was about seeing people, really seeing them, when no one else does. And in a small cafe on Maple Street, kindness brewed stronger than the coffee ever could.